Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it is movie review time. It is Saturday, and we are going to get into the first one of this weekend's kind of double bill because I've seen a few this week. So we have Never Let Go. This is the new horror by Alexandra Ajak, however you pronounce his name. Obviously, previous have done Crawl and a few other ones. People who haven't followed the trailers or haven't seen or don't even know about this is essentially that there is some sort of curse or some sort of something is out there basically, and this revolves around Halle Berry's character Mama and her two children that are in this house. They believe this house has some sort of relevance to it, and they tie these ropes, and that's how they can kind of forage and find stuff outside the house for them to live and survive. And this is the story of them and how it progresses at a period in their lives. And something. It is an hour and 41 minutes long. There is nothing after the credits or as far as I'm aware, so as soon as the film ends, that's it. The credits are rolling, you can get up and you can go, and I did enjoy it. So we shall slap the spoiler warning up and we shall get into this. So yes, so this movie starts with Halle Berry's character Mama, and then we have Percy Jaggs the fourth as Nolan, one of her sons, and Anthony B. Jenkins as Samuel, her other son, born supposedly minutes apart. It's just the three of them. They have this house. They believe that there is some sort of evil out in the woods that they live in, but this house was made of special woods. Basically this kind of door in the kind of basement to the foundation is, and in this foundation is kind of a pillar with a grill, and this grill has the three ropes that they use to go forage. As they go walking out, the Mama character, the Halle Berry character, she seems to start seeing images of these kind of undead people. You don't really know what is going on. Kind of it, because the mum can only see it, the kids can't, and she basically has this mantra that they can't let go of the rope. If they do, they will be infected. They're trying to forage for food, and unfortunately food is quite scarce for them. This is kind of where the main premise of the story is, of it's them trying to, you kind of go back and forth. The two boys, while they are foraging, kind of have, one of them sees an egg that they can't get to, so he wants to let go of his rope, and his brother tells him not to. And then he hears a voice of what he assumes is his brother and steps on his rope because it's kind of like Mum loves me more. And the boy unfortunately then trips over, comes out of his rope and rolls down this hill, breaking his ankle. The other brother unties his rope and calls his whistle to call his mum come along. As they're doing it, you kind of hear these noises, but you don't really know what. As the mum gets there is this kind of big woman with a kind of snake tongue that you see trying to get them, but Halle Berry manages to get the two kids, wrap the rope around them, and they are kind of safe, or assume they are safe when they get back. She then gets them to read this kind of mantra that they have, and then sticks them in kind of this, where this basement is, where the ropes are. It's kind of a little compartment, and there's like this wooden door, and she puts them in there for a period of time, making sure they're not kind of possessed or evil or something. You don't really know. It doesn't really give too much away. And they also have a dog. So times are hard, and they keep going and foraging, and it's basically the two lads, the young boys, Nolan's, he kind of wondered, because he took his rope off and he doesn't feel anything, he's kind of going in the guise that he doesn't think this is all real. He thinks his mum's making it up. Samuel, the other brother who broke his ankle, he believes it's not. There's kind of a bit of back and forth and stuff, and then it progresses on to the fact that we keep seeing more people. The mum keeps noticing more people, but these kids kind of have a disagreement with, is this all real? And you don't really know what's going on, and that's the whole premise of this movie. It gets to a point where they've run out of food, and the mum's like, we're going to have to sacrifice the dog. This is quite a for a dog owner as well. Obviously, she takes the dog into the shed, goes to sacrifice it with a crossbow. The boy, Nolan, who it is his dog, doesn't feel that it is he should be, because he's part of family. The brothers disagree. Samuel's in the house, and what Nolan does, he ends up saying she doesn't. He gets a machete and cuts the rope that is holding Halle Berry's character, because she's in kind of the barn. She's wrapped herself in a rope, gone out to this barn with a dog, and Samuel's run out there. Nolan, sorry, has run out there, cut the rope, and the mum's panicked. He then shuts the door as the dog runs out. He shuts the door and locks the mum in what is their greenhouse. Her mum starts seeing this lady again, starts panicking and stuff like this. The two boys are fighting. Samuel realises something's gone on. He's trying to get the door open. Nolan's trying to stop his brother. And in between this, Halle Berry slits her throat and she dies. They open the door. Obviously, their mum's dead. Samuel is inconsolable. He stays with his mum. Nolan is still not quite sure what has gone on, if there is some evil. And then the two brothers kind of have this good and bad-ish thing going on. Roll forward a little while later, a then passerby manages to come across their house. He meets Nolan. Nolan is very shocked because he's never met really anyone outside of their family. He believes everyone's dead and the mum killed the dad and the grandparents because of this. He offers them food. Nolan's kind of thinking about it. Then Samuel comes out with a crossbow and threatens him off. The man kind of goes to back away. He's not quite sure. Samuel looks to let him go and then shoots him with the crossbow. The man staggers away. Nolan follows after him, gets his pack, takes it back, and it's food because they're so starving that he eats it, offers it up to Samuel. Samuel's like, he doesn't want to do it because he does, he thinks it could be evil or something like this. This is when Nolan kind of goes to sleep on a full stomach, falls asleep, and then Samuel decides to gouge out on the food, even though he said he wasn't. While he's doing this, he looks also through the bag and finds his torch, and he then goes onto the porch like his mum used to do and plays around with the torch. And mum used to go on a torch and just fiddle with stuff or so on that. This is when a little girl turns up, and the little girl's looking for my dad. Samuel then realises that something's gone on. The girl notices the torch, notices her dad, runs off. Samuel then lets go of the porch, of the rope, runs after her into the forest. And this is where you kind of get a bit of the trailer where you see the hands going up. So the girl disappears, this comes out, and then it's quite dark in this scene. Then the girl's kind of this centipede thing, bites the kid, he kind of gets infected, and this is the whole thing that you didn't expect to happen. Samuel's then possessed, goes, burns down the house with Nolan in it. Nolan tries to survive due to a kerfuffle with kind of the evil entity. He kind of hides himself in the basement. And then you kind of get to see the creature you don't. I'm not going to give too much away. And then at the end of the day, a rescue party turn up, stick Nolan in the hospital, and he's flying away, and one of the medics trying to treat him. Obviously he doesn't know what's going on, hasn't seen a helicopter or doesn't know. He goes, "Where's my brother?" You zoom across, Samuel's there saying he's fine. It then zooms back to the cabin, and Samuel was taking a picture of himself, and you see this kind of lizardy hand there. The end. So what did I think of this movie? So I'm going to rate this movie 7.2. I actually thoroughly love this movie. The fact it kept you guessing almost all the way along was really good. I'll say it starts off with it, you believe Halle Berry's just mental and killed her parents and stuff like this, and you think there's nothing out there, she's just being silly. Obviously that doesn't seem to be the case. There is some sort of evil out there. It kind of seems to be neglected to the woods, but obviously this whole Samuel being infected and then being taken away at the end kind of leads it to get further afield. But is very, very good. It's done very well. The fact Halle Berry's only in it for like half the movie. The kids, I must admit, Samuel I wasn't too impressed in. Nolan I was, and Samuel being the evil type one, absolutely brilliant. As I said, the creaturey thing, the centipede, you don't really get to see too much because it's quite dark. In the trailer, it seems a lot more like, I don't know if that's just the experience and it just wasn't filmed, or they brightened it up for the trailer just to see the hand, and then have dulled it down to hide it. Glad the dog didn't die, but it was just a scary watch. It has a good jump scare at the very beginning that you kind of don't see coming as well, and it's something in these horror movies that is a bit different. It is a clever idea that works very well. I look forward to maybe it going somewhere, or you revisiting how this came about. But it was a fun story and a fun idea executed very well. And I say, you literally have Halle Berry's character, the two kids, and then you see some other people kind of talking to, but it's quite, a closed set, but really, really good. That has been my review of Never Let Go. Have you seen the movie? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time, and I shall see you in the next one.